Hey, this is Rick and I'm here in Colorado, and I've been using this GoPro Hero 8 Black for about a year now, and it's time to do a review. So I'm going to tell you a bit about it, and I'm also going to tell you a little about some accessories I think you'll really like. Well, let me tell you a little bit about the accessories here. You can see there's, if you know anything about the GoPro, there's a case right here around the GoPro. It has the adapter or the connection on top where you put your external mic. It also has a place to hold the adapter from GoPro that attaches from the GoPro to the external mic. You need this to make it work in some cases with some of the external mics. I also have an external mic and the dead cat that goes with it, and this plugs in and mounts right on top. So those are the main things I use. Plus I have this UB size, if you say that correctly, tripod, and it's about 8 inches or maybe a foot long, and it has a flexible feet, so you can hook it around a tree, or if you're in real unstable terrain on rocks and things, you can adjust it really easy so you can get the shot that you want. This is really good for down close, low to the water, especially. I video a lot of rivers and creeks around here in Colorado, and so when I want to be down close to the action, this is really nice. I can put it right down to the water, and this tripod works really well. One thing I want to warn you about: when you're using an external mic and you have it connected through the battery compartment, you do not have the waterproofing anymore. So just be aware of that. If you want to go underwater, don't use an external mic. This case right here is actually pretty easy to take off. It's nice with this UB size tripod. You can actually just click it off. One thing to be concerned about here is if you're out among, around rocks and rivers and a cliff, if you hit this on accident, you could lose your camera. That is one thing I would caution people about, and a drawback to that tripod. So what you see here is you can just unscrew this right here, and it takes it apart. It pulls it apart. This is the base that attaches to the tripod. Once you have that off, the next thing to do is to take off the adapter that you get from GoPro, and it just slides out through the bottom right here. So once that's out, then you've got to open this door here, which for the battery compartment, you just slide forward and pop it off from the top. And then it makes it easier to push the camera out. But you also have to take the back off. And there's a little button on the side, and you just pull this back here off right there. So once you have that off, you can just push the camera out. And I try not to put my fingers on that lens. So here's the GoPro by itself. This is what comes in the package. Just be careful, like right now it doesn't have the door on it. I took the door off because I needed to use the case to attach the external microphone. So here's the little door to the battery compartment, and you just connect it to the top. It's real simple to connect. Push it down. You have to pull this lever down, push it in, and push it back up. So now it's waterproof. A very small camera. I really like the size, but remember, there's a camera for everything, and this is really for more action shots, and then I use it a lot for underwater filming of fishing. There's a connection down here you flip down to be able to connect to a tripod or your head strap or chest strap, and the record button's on top, power button's on the side, and there's a LCD screen in the front, your lens here, and then on the back there's a bigger LCD screen, and this is touchscreen, so you can you get to all your settings, and whether you want to go photo or video or slow-mo, you get to all that on the back. If you connect to your phone, to your smartphone, then you can use the GoPro app and get to all the connections and settings through the phone, which is a little bit more convenient. Another nice thing I like about the GoPro is if you're trying to conserve battery and you just want to record and not have the GoPro on, if it's off and you just hit the power button on the top, it'll power it on and go directly to video mode. And then when you want to turn the video off, you just turn the record button off, and then it'll power off also. Let's talk about the audio real quick on the GoPro. The audio that comes with the GoPro is actually really good, but there's a lot of wind noise when I'm out in the mountains here in Colorado or along the rivers and these canyons. So it's too much wind noise for me, so I have to do a few things to cut down that wind noise. The first thing you can do is to get this really inexpensive little cover. It's a little foam cover, and fits a certain way. There's the power. You got an opening here for the power, and then on top is for the record. The back is a little bit bigger because the LCD on the back is larger. So you just make sure that you don't have it hooked up into any tripod or head mount, and then you just pull it over. You gotta be a little careful. These can rip. I haven't had this one I've had for a good month or so now, and it hasn't ripped. It's holding out pretty good. So you can see, really easy to attach, and it cuts down on maybe 80% of the wind noise. And so at the very least, if you can get something like this. The next thing that works better is an external microphone, but the external microphone by itself will not do the job. You need a dead cat. So I've tried the sound with a real high wind. I've tried the audio 3 different ways. One with the audio that comes with the GoPro. Another way is with the foam that covers it, and that does pretty good. It's really does a good job. And then the other thing here is this external microphone with a dead cat works the best. So I want to try a few different ones out in the future, but this cuts down on most of the wind noise, and it makes the sound quality a lot better and cuts down a lot of the wind. If you're going to do a lot of videoing and you don't want the wind noise, the external microphone with the dead cat is by far the best way to go. I was out in some high winds here around Larkspur, Colorado, just about a week ago, and I was trying out the audio. One is the audio with the GoPro that came with it. Another one was with the foam casing, a covering that goes around it, and the third one was with the external mic and the dead cat. Here are 3 test videos so you can see yourself how each one of these does with high wind here in Colorado. This is our first test with the GoPro built-in microphone, and this has no windscreen. It's just this is how it comes in the box. Now you can see I put the windscreen on the GoPro. There's a microphone on the left here, and there's one on the front. So this allows you to still use your camera and should cut down on up to 90% of the wind noise. So let's listen here and see if there's a difference. This is the 3rd test with the GoPro Hero 8 Black with the external microphone. It's the external microphone with the dead cat on the GoPro. I'm going to video here for just a little bit, see if we're getting any wind noise, and we'll do my best to actually get the same amount of wind in each shot. See if we can tell a difference in wind noise. So this is with the GoPro Hero 8 Black with the external microphone and the dead cat. Well, I think we'll keep this review real short. I just wanted to show you the basics of it and what I use it for, and which is filming outdoor scenery around rivers and then also underwater fishing. And it's a great camera. I always keep it with me and charged and ready to go. I will say, remember this, the batteries don't last very long. The way I use this, it's about 20 minutes per battery at max. So I have to keep charging them, and I'm going to be buying a couple more batteries. That's one issue with the GoPro. Thanks for joining me for this GoPro Hero 8 review at Oak Leaf Mountain.